Hey guys, it's Sakina with My Brown Sparkles, and today I wanted to talk to you about shadow work and shadow integration. I have talked about this topic before, and in fact, I do have a shadow work journaling template downloadable book that you can download from Etsy. It's on my Etsy shop. I'll link it below in the description if you're interested. But I wanted to share with you how I discovered that I had integrated a portion of my shadow because that's a huge part of shadow work. And if you don't know what shadow work is, I'll link a video in the description where it kind of goes, I go more in depth of what shadow work is. I don't want to go too in depth in this video, but I kind of want to talk more about the specific topic of shadow integration. And shadow integration is the portion where you heal from whatever trauma or wound you had experienced. And how I learned when I had successfully integrated a part of my shadow. So, without further ado, let's get into the video. So, this video is going to be more of a story time because I just learned this. I just recently had this realization, and it's through my gift of clairaudience. I've talked about this in another video. I'll link the video in the description box. I'm not sure if this video is going to go, if I'm going to post this video before that one, but if I do, I'll link it in the description box below. But I do have the gift of clairaudience. There, I got that out the way. I'm not going to go into depth. This is not the video for that. But with my clairaudience gift, I hear different messages, and a lot of stuff happens in my sleep time. So about 3 years ago, I was working as a leasing consultant at this community. And I remember specifically, vividly, I had this really intense sleep paralysis episode. I do experience sleep paralysis more often than I would want to. Sometimes it's sparse, but it's occasionally I'll have a really intense one, and they're just really uncomfortable if you've ever had them. But anyways, I I had the sleep paralysis episode that was pretty intense, and after it, one of the things that made it intense is it felt like I was being electrocuted. It was a portion in the sleep paralysis where the energy entered my body, and it felt like it was like electrocution. I heard like the electric sounds in my ears, and I couldn't move, and I just had to experience it. And after that happened, after the sleep paralysis was done, I heard integrated. I didn't think anything of it. I didn't know what it meant. I just knew I had experienced something, and I woke up and I probably was traumatized and had to go about my life. Flash forward to now, today, about a week or two ago, I don't remember. It was like a week or a week and a half ago. I had another sleep paralysis episode, and it was this particular one that I find to be very strange. And it's one where I get the paralysis, but then it feels like something inserts something into my system, and then I start hearing these robotic noises and electric sounds. And I'm gonna put that robotic sound up so you can hear it. Okay, so I had that initial sleep paralysis that happened like 3 years ago. Totally forgot about it, but then recently I had an episode, and that same thing, a similar thing happened. It was a shorter experience this time, but I was paralyzed. I couldn't move, and then I heard and felt what felt like this electrical current being entered into my body, and I heard robotic sounds like this weird robotic sound. And that happened this like a week ago, and that happened last year sometime. Like I said, I could not understand what was happening, but I knew because it was something that was recurring, and it was a recurring type of sleep paralysis, that there had to be a deeper meaning. And so just that experience, and in the talk with my father, I was asking him about like if he had experienced sleep paralysis, and we just kind of discussed it, and I told him what I experienced, and then something told me to just go look at my old journals, and I came across that one initial experience. And the one thing that was pronounced, like I said, in that first experience with the robotic electric feeling and sounds, was integrated. Hearing that integrated. And then it dawned on me that I have been recently, like I've been working, and I've been aware that I'm doing my shadow work. And I realized, like, I was like, okay, so integrated. And I was like, what did I just experience, and what did I just go through in the past week or so that needed to be integrated. And I was realizing that I did have an experience this past week that was kind of challenging, and it was testing me to see if I would be triggered into a certain reaction that I might have had in the past. And I realized that it was part of my inner work, shadow work. And I realized, sorry, I keep saying that, but I realized that the integration part was related to integrating that part of my shadow. And what really made me come to that realization was because, and it's actually something that I've discussed with my father prior to coming to the realization, I was like, today was a weird day. Things that normally would have bothered me didn't even bother me today. I just kind of felt like I was detached from everything. And that was the key. And I realized, wow, I integrated that part of my shadow, the things that were bothering me in the past that had previously been bothering me. I integrated that. That's why I had that weird experience, that sleep paralysis experience, because that part of my shadow was being integrated. That part of it was getting returned back into my light body, which if you are someone who is familiar with Eckhart Tolle, he talks about this. So does Michael Singer, and Michael Singer talks about it as well. So when you integrate parts of your shadow, you are basically becoming more aware and conscious of different aspects of your own psyche that you might not be aware of. And that's why it annoys you in the first place, because if something outside of you irritates you, that means that that thing is in you. You just haven't acknowledged it. However, when you integrate it, you basically take your power back from that thing. So it's reintegrated into your light body, and your light body becomes stronger and it grows. And that's basically what shadow work is. That's how you heal these wounds that you have within yourself. And so that is my experience with integrating my shadow side. So I guess the next time I come up against something that is very triggering to me, like a personality, someone that I have to deal with, that is my opportunity to grow and integrate that part of my shadow. So I wanted to share that quick story time because that's just something that I recently experienced. I don't know if anyone else has had this type of experience or that sort of sleep paralysis. I have a lot of weird things that happen to me during my sleep, but the sleep paralysis is definitely one of the weirdest ones, most uncomfortable ones, because no one wants to be trapped and unable to move and scream and breathe while they're sleeping. It's just not a fun experience, but I have experienced that on numerous occasions. But I think for me, this particular type of sleep paralysis and figuring out what it symbolized in my life is actually very eye-opening, because now I know, if I experience that again, that I probably just conquered something big, something major, and integrated a different part of my shadow side. So I wanted to share that in this quick little video. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, be sure to give me a thumbs up. And if you have any comments or questions regarding this topic, be sure to drop them down below in the comment section, and I'll do my best to answer any questions that you have, whatever the Lord leads me to respond to or answer. And yeah, we'll go from there. I'll see you guys next time. Bye.